So, Disney and Marvel's Ironheart, a show that was wrapped up in 2022, which was quite a while ago, re-edited, then had a re-edit of the re-edit, and no, I have not got this wrong. This is not Star Wars 20 years later when George Lucas is going, let's change one of the band members in the cantina, let's change this. No, no, no. Let's go into the first 3 episodes of Ironheart. So the main character here is Riri, Ironheart, who, if you remember, was in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now, she invented a suit that would rival Tony Stark's, you know, his Iron Man suit, and now she wants to make all the Iron Man suits available for everyone. So right there, here's your first problem with this series. Iron Man 2 and Captain America Civil War, what, they just completely trashed? Because what was the main purpose of those? Iron Man 2, oh, we don't want the suit falling into the wrong hands. Oh, Captain America Civil War. How much power should certain individuals have, or people have, right? Which, okay, it wasn't focusing on the suit per se, but that was obviously part of it. It was a political jurisdiction and everything. Without the suit, the main character of one of the sides, Tony Stark, without his technology in his suit, didn't really have much, so we're just trashing that. And for what? So I'm going to throw a kindness in here now, because I always try to be fair, and I'm trying to be overly fair here. I do have a soft spot for Alden Ehrenreich.
Would that it were so simple.
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 My dear boy, why do you say that? Why do you say twere?
And at least they made this a mini-series, because they obviously didn't want to release this. That's why they re-edited it about 1 billion times. So they're self-aware with calling it a mini-series, that this is going to be one and done. So there's 2 positive things. I just didn't think that Riri was likeable at all. She just acted like a brat. I mean, she had a scholarship to somewhere that people would kill for. She has an intellect that people would kill for. Now, I understand that Tony Stark could be arrogant. I understand Tony Stark could be like, eh. But they always kind of did a thing where you as the audience would see, even if the other characters didn't see, would be like, pull back. We can see that he's in pain. We can see that he doesn't mean it. He's lashing out because he's hurt, because of some trauma in the past. Sure, he was still less likeable than other people who'd had a far harder upbringing, but you understood he had trauma, he had problems, etc. They made him, I think, more complex. I don't think Riri, they just don't give you enough of that. You have to have something to go, okay. And you get this character development, right? I've seen people say that, and that is true. But with character development, sometimes you have to see things, not breaking the 4th wall, but where it's like, oh, this because of this, but this still doesn't make you likeable right now, but then you go on a journey and they become more likeable as they learn, become more mature, and she is immature, to be fair. So in the next 3 episodes, the final 3 episodes, maybe she will become more likeable. But I still think, even if they manage to pull it back somehow, it's not enough. It just wasn't enough. And the other characters in this were just totally forgettable, generic. I mean, it was cliche city. It was cliche central. I mean, there's nothing more to say about it. Wouldn't, maybe, but if they'd had a better dialogue, that would have still have improved everything, even if it had been wooden. I can't emphasise how generic, and I don't even remember some of them now properly. I would literally have to go and look it up rather than say on this video. That's how bad that was. Are you fool? And Marvel has struggled of late. Like, I really enjoyed Thunderbolts. I wouldn't say it was like a classic, but it was like, good. This feels like more solid footing in terms of Marvel films. In the series, Daredevil Born Again, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was nice them sort of doing a soft reboot. This does suck some of the hope out that we're going to get more consistently good stuff. But the hope is, they announced it in 2020, released it in 2025, but it had been finished in 2022, re-edited, and we're aware that it wasn't very good. I am being a fool with this, though. I know I'm being like an optimistic fool. I have also noted that some people have been saying that, oh, the last 20 minutes of episode 3 were really amazing. Okay. I'm not going to spoil it for people. Yes, it was a lot better. There is a slight argument to be made that this was like a slow burn. But for something like this, especially a mini-series, that's too slow a burn. I wouldn't say the last 20 minutes were like, whoa. But it was better, I have to say that. It did pick up. But I just don't think it's enough. That's just my honest opinion. But in conclusion, we're going to see if the next 3 episodes are better. Well, those of you stuck around, and I am going to stick around, and I don't necessarily know if it's a good use of my time, but hey-ho, we shall see. If it keeps picking up for the last 20 minutes, if it does, I'll have a better time. If it doesn't, it's something that I'll have watched in 2025. that will be my description of Ironheart. They've got to pick up from this because they'll be in a world of trouble if they don't. But what did you think? Maybe you enjoyed the first 3 episodes of this. Maybe you thought it was even worse than I thought. Whatever you think, please comment below, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. It's appreciated. And until next time, I'll see you later.
No. Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so
No,
simple.
would that it were so simple. Trippingly.
Would that it were so simple. Trippingly.
No, don't say trippingly. Say the line trippingly.